Revolutions occur when boundaries are pushed. It takes a creative mind and soul to think outside the box and have the courage to take a risk to move society forward. Creative people can blend fantasy with reality and endeavour to achieve what most would consider impossible. In what is now a technological revolution, it is the person with vision that will lead us into the future. A prime example of this would be the extraordinary life of Elon Musk. Musk's ability to foresee a future reality has altered our preconceived notion of just how far technology can take us. Quoted as saying he wants to save the human race from self-imposed or accidental annihilation, Musk has built an empire of creative thinking. Not only is Musk the creator of what is now known as PayPal, he is the CEO of many diverse companies that span space, automotive and energy industries. In the ultimate PR stunt that combines his numerous endeavours, Musk sent one of his own Tesla Roadsters into space with its stereo programmed to play David Bowie's Space Odyssey on repeat as it travels for millions of years, or at least until its batteries run out. His company, SpaceX, is currently working on a vehicle that will take humans to Mars in a ship codenamed BFR, or Big Fucking Rocket. Musk envisions that will become a space-bearing civilization and a multi-planetary species, with his plan for us to occupy Mars in the near future. Even if Musk's visions seem somewhat like science fiction to most, it is minds like his and his predecessors that have shown us that we are in fact in what is now considered a creative revolution.
Such an idea goes back to 1937, when Picasso finished painting the anti-war mural Guernica, just 35 days after the bombing of the small Spanish town. It was Picasso's creativity within the painting that revolutionized a different eye through which to view politics. He used the medium of art as a weapon of attack and defense against the enemy, as he believed that painting wasn't invented to decorate people's houses. So what Picasso then does is set out a visual emotional image of destruction, inviting mourning from the audience. He does this through blatant evocative symbolism. There's a mother wailing and holding her dead child, a soldier lying dead on the ground with a broken sword in his outstretched arm. The broken sword image, in particular, represents the idea of heroic resistance. Picasso clearly depicts the trauma that people endure at the hands of politics playing out. But then most interestingly is that Picasso himself manipulates the circumstances to play the role of politics himself. First of all, the work is monumental. It measures about 3.5 by almost 8 meters wide, immediately confronting the viewer, enveloping them and invading their field of view. Furthermore, the fragmentation of the objects and the monochromatic tones of the work distance the viewer from the events, which then invites them to commit themselves to decipher the work, and in doing so, to live the subject matter. The lack of colour as well impacts a sense of hopelessness, an enduring struggle with the ever-present political power. And it is through this artistic platform that creators would then go on to spread a message that otherwise wouldn't have been as revolutionary had it been displayed through a different medium.
Throughout history, like Picasso, people with a vision drive creative revolutions within the technological era of today that are unique to each individual artist and therefore impacting on different aspects of society. A major one of these aspects is politics, originating from the Greek word politikos, meaning relating to citizens. However, in our era of modernity, the political powers within a technological age are arguably non-related to citizens, meaning losing their sense of humanity, emotion, and honesty. This emotion is revived within creative revolutions by artists today who address political situations. This is seen in the music, film, theatre, literacy, and art industry. One of many is British graffiti artist Banksy. Remaining anonymous and painting illegally in public areas, his art practice is just as revolutionary as his subject matter. One of his most significant pieces, Son of a Migrant from Syria, is painted just outside a temporary refugee camp nicknamed the Jungle Nicolas in France. The painting depicts Steve Jobs, one of the world's most recognizable technological innovators, as a refugee stuck in a war. Banksy's creative vision drives this revolutionary idea as he successfully attempts to break down the barriers of class, race, and wealth that impassive political powers instigate. Other activists, artists, using their platforms across the creative industry include Donald Glover and Beyoncé addressing violence, Zara Foreman addressing environmental issues, and Ai Weiwei, who says, if anything, art is about morals, about our belief in humanity. Without that, there simply is no art.
Rupi Kaur, with little over 2.6 million Instagram followers, has become the favorite poet on the platform. Her self-published book released in 2014 included 200 small free verse poems touching on universal themes such as love, loss, and healing. Her story is very much one of overnight viral fame. While she had a humble following previously, it was a picture posted to show a menstruation-themed photo series developed by her and her sister that got the attention of the Huffington Post. With her new acquired following, she released her self-published book, Milk and Honey. Since then, her book has sold over 1 million print copies. Kaur was considered a much-needed voice of diversity within the literary world, regardless of her rejection of the literary establishment. The very reason she resonated with so many, thus starting to create an uprising of her own. Like Banksy, social media offered a space outside the traditional, allowing for the public to become the official critics, and due to the way information circulates, allowing for the intensifying of any critique or compliment of the work. This is manifested online through the many parodies of the book. Kaur's online uprising creating an anti-movement of its own. If anything, art is about morals, about our belief in humanity. Without that, there simply is no art. It's the creative individuals mentioned above that become advocates for change within traditional establishments. Through their own creativity and their own personal experiences, they are able to challenge the world around them.